So I'm gonna do a reaction video to Justin Waller saying that he would take a bullet for Andrew and Tristan Tate. You know, the Waller man crush for the Tates is just incredible. I mean, the man never stops professing his love for the Tates. I'm really concerned about him. Maybe he needs to go for some therapy or something. So let's get into the video.
But I won't take for Tate.
Let's talk about that just at a brotherhood level. So if you take a bullet for Tate, you die and leave your kids alone.
No.
Look at the gleam in his eye. No. So he said he would take a bullet for Tate, and the interviewer said, "So you would die and leave your kids alone?" No. Tate will take care of my whole family. Okay. Wait. The human traffickers, the pimps, the pedophiles, the two guys that are on Twitter comparing themselves. Andrew Tate's comparing himself to Jeffrey Epstein. Tristan has said he's recruited more young women into the sex scheme than any man alive. Well, Justin, I hope you don't have any young daughters or, young sister, or hey, even your mom. They might try to pimp them out or have some type of sexual relationship with them. Great guys to leave your family with, Justin.
Andrew would take care of my whole family. What do you mean?
So because of that, if that weren't in place, is that a key part of why you would take a bullet?
That's just an understood that he'd take care of it.
It's just understood. So they haven't talked about it, right? But it's just a telepathic agreement. Like, hey, I'm going to take a bullet for you, and you're going to take care of my family forever, right, Tate? We're not going to talk about it, but you're just going to do it. Like, a Waller there's seriously something wrong with this man. There's seriously some type of disconnect. I don't care how much money he has or, he owns 48 supercars and slept with 94 models and all this other garbage. There's seriously something wrong with this guy.
Everything. I think that the relationship we have fosters itself to fighting for each other in every way. So he does things for me all the time. In fact, just the other day, I needed something. He texts the CEO immediately. I mean, like, we're constantly working together and doing things. When he was in jail, I would go.
Isn't this the same guy that makes videos saying that your coworkers aren't your friends? Doesn't that Waller make videos on that? Your coworkers aren't your friends. But Tate's his coworker, and they just have this extraordinary relationship. Everything that Waller does is just so extraordinary, right? He's just a walking contradiction. He'll make a video saying one thing, and then 10 minutes later, he makes another video saying the total opposite of what he just said. But anyway.
Go pick his mom up and stepdad meet them and take them to lunch. We cover each other like that. It's honor. It's something that I think is highly missing. Brotherhood is highly missing from young men today. They're on their phones or by themselves. I have a real relationship with a real person. I told Andrew this once, man. I was like, dude,
The interviewer's face says it all. Like, this man is insane. He needs mental health counseling.
I got nothing against Cobra Tate, but I love Andrew. And there's no...
He has nothing against Cobra Tate, but he loves Andrew. So he's talking about him in third person in front of his face. That's what's wrong with, like, the Tates and Waller. They're always trying to find an angle, right, to change their, I don't want to say personality, but they just, like Waller, he tells a story that if he goes to certain meetings, he jumps in his Ford 150 and throws on the cheap watch, but he won't show up with the G-Wagon and all this. How about you just act like yourself and stop trying to manipulate people at every angle to get their money? How about that?
Jay Waller, when I'm at his house, is, hey, Justin, or Cowboy, or whatever. And so it's just something that I feel like a lot of people are missing. A lot of people think that we're missing something, our group of friends. Oh, you don't have kids. Well, newsflash, I got kids. Oh, you don't have this. Dude, I have it all. I literally have everything. I have family. I have children that love me. I have a wife that loves me. My mother-in-law brings my kids.
Look in the corner. Join the real world. Proven scam by CoffeeZilla and Jordan Welch. But hey, join it now while seats last. They need to get your money right away. Make sure those 15-year-old confused kids hit up their mom to get the money to send to Waller and the Tates.
Out to my car when I leave for work. I got Andrew. I have Brotherhood. I have Tristan. I have the whole war room. There's nothing missing from my life.
He had to throw that in there. The war room. Justin Waller now promotes that the war room takes payments, $5,000, so that you can put some money down and pay it monthly like a car bill.
life. I am truly, truly happy in every way. I think a lot of people want to hate on our group and say that we're not happy or like we were aimlessly sleeping with all these women and stuff. And it's just not true. Just last week when I was at...
Isn't that what you guys all brag about? Just sleeping with endless amounts of women? So wait, now he's saying it's not true, sleeping with aimless amounts of women. But then they make videos bragging about how they sleep with aimless amounts of women. I'm confused, Waller. Can you make up your mind for real?
At his house. He's sitting here. I'm sitting by his mom. His stepdad's over here. Tristan's here. We're all joking, laughing. His kickboxing coach.
What a great story. These are just such great family stories by Waller. He's just such a great guy.
Across the way screaming at us to eat onions because it makes us stronger. It was a family. It was the most wholesome thing you've ever seen. I always say the best side of Andrew is a side that the world never sees.
God.
And if I were ever to give him advice, it would be to show who you are when it's just us, because it's one of the most incredible men you'll ever meet. And of course,
he shows who he really is. Every time he gets on video, he shows who he truly is. Okay, stop with this. He's playing a character. He's not playing a character. That's who he truly is. He's a human trafficker. He's a pimp. He's a pedophile. If you looked at his videos and you looked at his tweets comparing himself to Jeffrey Epstein, you would see that. I don't know. I don't think that Waller. You should look up the definition of human trafficking in Romania and watch your boy Tate's videos, and you'll see that he's guilty as hell. He's a great man, though. They're just great men.
of course I'm going to feel that way. Of course I'm biased. Of course I feel that way about my closest friends and Tristan and Sterling Cooper and some of these other guys and some of the guys that I know from the war room. Of course. But it is such a great honor for me to be able to protect.
These aren't his closest friends, right? He grew up with a bunch of guys, and now because he has money, he thinks he's better than those guys. So he's moved on to the Tates. You know, it's like you go to work, or they're his business partners. They're his business partners. And this guy's like acting like he's a 10-year-old that found new friends in the park.
And stick up for them with the opportunity that I've been given, and I won't let that pass me by.
What would you do if you found something that made you believe he is guilty?
It would break my heart, because if he's guilty,
it would break his heart. Well, I guess your heart needs to be broken a million pieces because the Tates are guilty as hell.
not only am I wrong, I'm a fool, because I've spent way too much time in his house. He would have had to do it right underneath my nose. He would have had to be doing it in multiple cities. It's just not even a thought in my mind. It's not even a possibility.
You know why it's not a thought in his mind? Because he makes money off the war room and the real world. Every person he refers, he gets money back. So he doesn't want to see the truth. He doesn't want to look at the evidence. For anybody to think that there's no legitimate evidence against the Tates, you just don't want to see. All the Tate supporters, that's all they ever say is, well, show me the evidence. And then you show them the evidence and they're like, that's not the evidence.
Around him way too much. I have way too many employees. I've been lied to way too many times. I would have caught a micro expression somewhere. He is the most consistent person I know.
Wait, look at the interview. Look at the interviewer's face. He's just like, this guy's insane. He look at his face.
And Tristan, for that matter. I don't worry about whether they're going to get upset with me about something or if we're going to argue about something. I've never had an argument with either one of them. We've debated for sure and enjoy doing it, and it's fun. But it's only about getting better and what the goal is and on the mission to the goal. It's never personal. He's one of the most consistent people I've ever met. Truly. I know it too.
Yeah, he's pretty consistent. Pretty consistent in being a scam artist, a pimp, a pedophile, a human trafficker, setting up fake casinos where when you finally win, the employees rob you there. Yeah, he's very, very, very consistent. And the funny thing is, he's very consistent on snitching on himself, and 98% of the evidence that's going to send the Tates to prison comes from their own mouths, their own tweets, their own phone calls and war room chats that have been intercepted by the police. So yeah, he's very consistent.
Respect when I talk to him. So hope that answers the question. Looking for more consciousness.